Hello, everyone. This is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So, today we're going to see what they regret most about the breakup. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages, please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. When it comes to the person my viewers are no longer dealing with, what does that person regret most about the breakup? What are their biggest regrets about the breakup? Two more shuffles. Wow, you already have cards coming out. All right, so let's see what else comes out here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, you have love. Their biggest regret is not giving you the same unconditional love that you gave them in return. They have issues when it comes to self-love. They're also admitting that they were not as affectionate toward you as they could have been. For some of you, this person does not feel attractive, okay? Especially when it comes to physical appearance. There may have been a lack of oneness or unity in the connection between the two of you. So they regret not giving you the love that you deserve. You have not today here, and that card fell out as I was shuffling. This card is all about not dealing with hurt, being avoidant, and also being angry. One of their regrets is being avoidant or deflecting when it comes to issues that the two of you had in the connection. For some of you, this person would avoid certain conversations, or they would avoid you altogether whenever you would call them out on their crap. It's giving energy of them doing you wrong, but having the audacity to avoid you. They're also admitting that they didn't respect boundaries, okay? For some of you, this person, they could have anger issues or they have a bad temper. Also, they're admitting that the disconnect or the breakup hurt them. It hurt them deeply. But instead of dealing with it, I feel like they avoided the healing process. I feel like this person may have made you feel like they didn't want to deal with you or they didn't want to be bothered with you at times. At the top of the deck, you have sunglasses. So they're also regretting certain things that you found out about. Yeah, some of you may have found out that this person was up to no good and they would gaslight you about it. This person is also admitting that they still stalk you or they watch you. For others of you, they could be looking you up online. This person wears rose-colored glasses and they expect for you to do the same. I feel like they would gaslight you in order to try and change your perception when it comes to the relationship, or your perception when it comes to your experience in the relationship. Give me another card. What is this person's biggest regrets about the breakup? What is their biggest regret? All right. You have the Grim Reaper here, and that card came out in reverse. So they're regretting that the relationship is over. Yeah. They're wishing that they would have put in more effort to make things work. This card is about second chances as well. So they're hoping that at some point in time, you'll give them another chance. It's also giving energy of them feeling a way about your growth and transformation. This lets me know that this person wanted you to be stuck. You outgrew them. Yeah. With this card coming out in reverse, it lets me know that they do not want the relationship to be over. And for some of you, when things ended, I feel like deep down, they didn't want the relationship to end. They may have pretended as though they didn't care or like they were glad that it was over with, but that was all out of pride and ego. For some of you, they're regretting how they did things after the breakup. They could have flaunted other options. For a small portion of you, if you know that this person cheated with someone else, they're regretting dealing with that person. Hmm. Yeah, with the lightning card being here, they're wishing that they would have changed. They're regretting keeping their options open, or there's regret when it comes to them being indecisive. This is someone who lives an unconventional lifestyle, or they're just unconventional when it comes to relationships. They like to have a plan B and C. And see, that's something that they regret, because with the lightning card being here, it lets me know that you were different from any other option that they've ever had in their life. There was something really different about you. Hmm. So, yeah, they're wishing that they would have gone through a transformation. They're wishing that they would have listened to that wake up call. For a small portion of you, they're regretting how they responded to you catching them up in their crap. So, for example, let's say that you found out that they were looking at other options or entertaining other people. Well, instead of being honest about it and admitting that they were wrong, making changes, I feel like this person caused upheaval and said, "Hmm, you surprised them." All right. When the two of you initially got together, they thought that you were going to be just like everyone else. But you caught this person by surprise. You caught them off guard because you were different. At the top of the deck, you have the runner. So they regret running from the connection. They're admitting that they suffer with codependency, and they also have a fear of intimacy. So they're afraid to get close to people. They think that it makes them look vulnerable or it makes them look weak. They're also admitting that they were distant, or they would be avoidant toward you because they were listening to their ego. Mm. So they regret running from unconditional love. Give me another card. What are this person's biggest regrets when it comes to the breakup? They're wishing that they wouldn't have let you go. Even if they walked away from you, they're wishing that they wouldn't have listened to their ego. All right, you have coffin, and that card came out crossing. Again, this is about endings. With it crossing, it lets me know that they were not ready for things to end between the two of you. Now, this coffin card is about new beginnings as well. With it coming out crossing, it lets me know that they could have gotten into another connection before they were ready. It's also giving energy of this person not wanting you to have a new beginning elsewhere. They have not freed themselves from your energy. With the karmic card being at the bottom of the deck, they're regretting putting you through so much turmoil. And see, the crazy thing is, even though they hurt you, they still harbor a bit of resentment toward you. And the reason why they're resentful is because you truly let them go. Not only did you let them go, but you let them go and you loved on yourself. Mm. They resent themselves as well for not learning lessons. Okay. I feel like you triggered this person in ways that you were not even aware of. At the top of the deck, you have Hammer. This card is all about sabotage and rebuilding. So they resent you for working on yourself. They also resent you for not staying around, not sticking things out and trying to rebuild with them. But see, the audacity is they put you through a repetitive cycle. I feel like you were persistent when it came to building how can I put this? You persistently tried to rebuild a connection that they were constantly tearing down. Yeah. And they're also a bit resentful toward you because they're a coward. I feel like when there would be issues in the connection between the two of you, there were times that you would go to them to try and make things work. You would put in the effort. You would take the initiative to rebuild the connection. That is something that they want to do, but their ego is in the way. So you trigger this person in a lot of different ways. They may be a bit pissed off with themselves as well because this person, they received a few wake-up calls regarding losing you, but they didn't listen. So they regret sabotaging the connection. For a small portion of you, they regret allowing a karmic cycle or a karmic individual to disrupt the connection between the two of you. With the heartbroken card being here, there's something that they did that hurt you deeply, okay? That's another thing that they regret. They're admitting that they're lost without you. They haven't gotten over the separation, even though it may seem like they have. They're admitting that they grieved over you, like they are going through a mourning period. At the top of the deck, you have girl talk. This is all about time with friends and living in the moment. So there are certain things that they did in the moment that they're now regretting. I feel like this person would at times gossip about you to their friends. And now they're wishing they would not have put certain people in your business. Now, for others of you, they could have been gossiping about you to certain family members. There's also someone they regret listening to about you. Someone was encouraging this person to move on or to have fun, to do inappropriate things while the two of you were connecting with each other, to behave in an inappropriate way. And they're regretting it. So they regret being influenced, so easily influenced to be exact. Give me another card. What are this person's biggest regrets? All right. You have boat and you also have kisses. At the bottom of the deck, you have addiction. So they regret not giving you what it is that you needed. Okay. I feel like this person made very little progress in the relation between the two of you. But I also feel like they were not even ready for someone like you. This person regrets moving on because they haven't received closure. Again, with the kisses card, this is about loving someone unconditionally. It's also about giving and receiving affection. They're wishing that they would have given you the affection that you deserved. They're admitting that they fell in love with you, but they feel as though they were not ready to love on that type of level as of yet. This is someone who could be used to superficial connections. For some of you, they're admitting that they allow codependency or addictions to destroy the connection between the two of you. There are certain things that they did that they're now wishing they would have used restraint. With the clock card being here, they regret running out of time. Okay. I feel like this person took time with you for granted. They thought they would always have time to do better. They thought they would always have time to work on themselves. Yeah. So they regret time they wasted, drunk, high, time they wasted in toxic energy. They're just wishing that they would have used more restraints. Give me another card. All right, you have mask here and it came out in reverse. So they regret not showing you their true feelings. There's also another side to this person that you witnessed and they regret showing you that side of them. For some of you, they regret hiding things from you or they regret pretending. This is someone who's really good at faking it. They're really good when it comes to that. They're also wishing that they would have faced certain issues head on instead of diluting. At the top of the deck, you have engagement ring. So they're wishing that they would have given you the commitment you deserve. For many of you, they're wishing that they would have proposed to you, or they're wishing the two of you would have gotten engaged. So they could regret not marrying you. And if the two of you were married, they regret not giving you the partnership, the union that you deserve. They're admitting that you completed them. They also look at your photos a lot. They're missing you. If they have a way of seeing you, like if the two of you live in close proximity to each other, or if you have social media, they are looking at you as you are rising like the phoenix. They're hoping that at some point the two of you will be able to make new memories with each other. But they miss you a lot. They miss you a lot. At the top of the deck, look at this. You have the Phoenix. Thank you for the confirmation, Holy Spirit. Wow. They're hoping that they can change your mind about them, okay? They're hoping that the two of you will be able to move on to a new phase and rekindle things. But there's a lot of growth that this person needs to go through. I'm going to get a few messages from them. Let's see. I think I'm going to use this particular deck if I can get to it. I'm going to get a few messages from this person, and then I'm going to end the reading. All right. Give me more messages, please, Holy Spirit. When it comes to the person that my viewers are no longer involved with romantically, give me more messages regarding that person's biggest regrets. What are that person's biggest regrets in regards to how things ended? There also could have been a time that you reached out to this person and they avoided your phone call or they didn't respond to you. That is a huge regret that they have. That's why the Not Today card fell out. That card fell out as I was shuffling. They either were angry or they wanted to make you angry, but they regret not having that conversation with you. There's something about you reaching out to this person and they avoided you. Mainly because they didn't want to deal with it. They may not have been in the mood. They could have been pissed off. They set unnecessary boundaries with you, or they could have been pissed off with you because you set boundaries with them. What are this person's biggest regrets? What are their deepest regrets regarding how things ended? Ooh, look at this. I traded in gold for Chuck E. Cheese coins. Woo. Well, don't they feel like a fool? They're admitting that they traded in someone valuable for someone who really doesn't have anything to offer. Just think about it. Chuck E. Cheese coins? Where can you use Chuck E. Cheese coins other than Chuck E. Cheese? Outside of Chuck E. Cheese, those coins are worthless. Wow. So they may have gone towards someone who has absolutely nothing to offer them on a soul level. I need you, and your pure love is here as well. So they're missing your love, your pure love to be exact. But they need to learn how to love properly. They need to learn how to love properly instead of just wanting your pure love. They need to work on themselves. Give me another card. What are this person's biggest regrets regarding how things ended? All right. What I said to you still haunts me. I didn't mean it. So one of their biggest regrets is something that they said to you. Whatever they said, it hit below the belt. And I feel like they said it at the moment or in the moment because they wanted it to hurt you deeply. They wanted it to be something that you would never forget, something that you would always remember. And this card fell out on top of the photograph card. So it lets me know that they may have said it to you. It lets me know that they think about it while they're looking at your photos. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, you have, I've been quiet because I'm ashamed. I really don't know what to say. Well, what is there to say? So if you've been wondering why they haven't been reaching out, why they have been quiet, it's because they're embarrassed. This person may have taken things too far. Whatever they said to you, it definitely hit below the belt. For a very, very small portion of you, they could have said something to try and cause you insecurity within yourself. Give me one more card. Ooh, abuse. My goodness. Whew. So one of the things that they regret is abusing you. This could have been verbal abuse. For some of you, emotional abuse. Could have been mental, physical, or financial. They regret abusing you. For some of you, that message is going to hit deep because I can feel it. Like the feeling that I got from that particular card is different from any other card that has come out. This person abused you. How dare them? How dare them? You did not deserve this at all. So they definitely took advantage of your unconditional love. Now they feel as though they need it. They regret running from the connection. They regret being avoided. They regret not listening to you. I feel like this person would listen to respond instead of listening and actually understanding, comprehending what you were saying to them. They also regret turning a blind eye to certain things. They regret the relationship being over. For some of you, this person is wishing that they would have changed. And it's also giving energy of them regretting or being regretful when it comes to having other options. For some of you, this person regrets stringing you along, or there is someone else that they were stringing along that they could have been dealing with on a sexual level. They're regretting that. They regret the sabotage. Like I told you guys before, I feel like you worked hard to rebuild the connection, all for them to just tear it back down. There's a part of them that's a bit bitter, or a part of them that harbors resentment toward you because you didn't repetitively continue trying to work on it. But I mean, this is pretty much like trying to glue together a broken mirror. I mean, the damage is done, right? They're admitting that they would do things to trigger you. They regret putting you through so much turmoil. This is someone who knows. They are fully aware that they hurt you. Fully aware of it. I feel like this person was not open to receiving unconditional love. And it's probably because they don't feel deserving of it. There was an unequal give and take here when it comes to affection, when it comes to effort, when it comes to initiative. They regret taking time for granted. They regret taking their time with you for granted. So, yeah, they're wishing that they would not have worn a mask with you, that they would have shown their true feelings. Like I told you guys before, there's another side that you saw to this person and they regret even taking it there. So if they did hurt you, if you're still hurt over it, even if you have gotten over it and you're not as hurt as you used to be, even if you're not hurt at all, they're hurting. They're hurting because they know that they're not going to be able to find this type of energy in anyone else. Anyone after you is a downgrade. Anyone after you is a downgrade. That's just how high you set the bar without even trying. You just being your genuine self, your pure self. That's just how beautiful of a heart that you have. You set the bar to a point that it's unreachable. And you did so just by being yourself because you have a good heart. But see, this person, they're not used to that. And so while you were trying to help them fight their demons, they became your demon. So now it's time for you to be the runner. They regret running, but it's your turn now. Okay? It's your turn now. All right. And so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye.